All right, so I've made my I made a first attempt at making an hour-long video, and it didn't quite work out because I had to pee and my mic settings were off, so I didn't actually go through with it. Oh well, no. Well, I mean, to be fair, I went through with it. Like I got to 44 minutes, but it didn't go past that because I had to pee, and then when I checked my mic settings, it was off. Anyway, point being is, I've been meaning to do like a big grand video about where I lay or where I stay or where I stand on a lot of issues when it comes to atheism and antinatalism and environmentalism and all these isms. I do believe isms are important. I feel there's, apart from just being isms, there's bodies of work behind isms that lead you into very interesting areas. So we'll forget making the hour-long video for now, and I just want to concentrate on basically maybe part one of everything, which is atheism. So it's how I started my blog. It's how I came into the social media world on my third attempt at coming into the social media world. Nothing big, nothing big. I have like 30 followers on my blog, and not that I'm begging for more or complaining. I'm just saying, it's not that I haven't made huge forays into social media when it comes to my thing. But to consider atheism immoral, I think is a generalization. I think it doesn't actually work out. I think that people who claim as such try to, put some thick, heavy blanket over something that is much more diverse and dynamic than anybody could fathom in their individualistic experiences. Or I mean, there's so much behind atheism without just what it actually is. I mean, there's implications. There's things that inspire the mind, and I'm sure religion does the same thing. But I mean, even on discovering something that is counterculture, is, I feel, much more inspiring than things that have been kind of embedded through statistical supremacy. When you think about 84% of the world being somewhat religious to varying degrees, like counterculture, it has traditionally been eye-opening and just kind of. But I think with religion, it's dying slow. I think there's 9,000 churches in Canada that's going to close in the next year, and I feel it's very telling. I feel it's very telling. While I'm not saying it's atheism that's the cause of ruination, I'm saying that religious people themselves are making the jump from a personal connection with God and congregational religion. And it is happening, and I think that I think atheists have much more in a general sense. Forgive me for generalizing, but I think atheists have more interesting things to say than the same old thing we've been hearing for at least 2,000 years. So yeah, that's about it. But I will make another attempt at making an hour-long video. I mean, I was kind of on a thing there. I got to 44 minutes and then I had to pee and then the mic thing went off. But anyway, so I think that the world kind of needs more questioning. If you don't want to use the dirty A word, I think the world needs less conformity. And I think there's varying levels of how we can look at conformity. I mean, you can think about something like Ichhaupadi in Nepal and in India, and you would think conformity, and that's great. Like that's just awesome and everything. Religion won. But when I talk about diversity of thought, or in my own humble way, when I talk about diversity of thought and differing ways of seeing things, I think there's base level things we can agree upon. The UN Declaration of Human Rights, I think, is a pivotal pivotal document. I think we learned a lot from the Great War and from World War II, and you know I don't doubt that that is a very important document. I mean, you know, the Charter of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. I know I'm saying that wrong, and you know, forgive me, Pierre Trudeau, but you know, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, I think, was kind of largely based on the UN Declaration of Human Rights, which was also drafted by a Canadian. So I feel we get better at things over the, you know, there's universal suffrage, etc., etc., etc. We do get better at things, but I feel relying on books that are thousands of years old, and trying to reinterpret, like, just by the time, you know what, by the time it's like 10 years old, there's all sorts of like crazy interpretations of whatever, but they persist. They persist throughout the world. Anyway, that's pretty much where I'm going to end it, and I will try again for an hour-long video. I just gotta drink more red wine. But that's about it. I think I'm going to try to convince my friend Andrew to have me over tonight, because I kind of need to drink more. Okay, bye.